from Tennessee.
Mr. President, in 1867, when the naturalist John Muir first walked into the Cumberland Mountains, he wrote, quote, "The scenery is far grander than any I have ever before beheld. Such an ocean of wooded, waving, swelling mountain beauty and grandeur is not to be described," unquote. In January, Apex Clean Energy announced that it would spoil that mountain beauty by building 23 45 stories wind turbines in Cumberland County. I can still recall walking into Grassy Cove in Cumberland County one spectacular day in 1978 during my campaign for governor. I had not seen a prettier sight. Over the last few decades, pleasant weather and natural beauty have attracted thousands of retirees from Tennessee and across America to the Cumberland Plateau. The proposed Crab Orchard Wind Project would be built less than 10 miles from Cumberland Mountain State Park, where for a half century, Tennesseans and tourists have camped, fished, and canoed alongside herons and belted kingfishers and around Bird Lake. It will be fewer than 5 miles from Ozone Falls Scenic State Natural Area, where the 110-foot waterfall is so picturesque that it was filmed in the movie Jungle Book. So here are my 10 questions for the citizens of Cumberland County and the people of Tennessee. How big are these wind turbines? I have a picture somewhere, maybe it'll show up in the next few minutes, but each one is over 2 times as tall as the skyboxes at the University of Tennessee football stadium, 3 times as tall as Ozone Falls, and taller than the Statue of Liberty. The blades on each one are as long as a football field. Their blinking lights can be seen for 20 miles. They are not your grandma's windmills. Number 2, will they disturb the neighborhood? Here is what a New York Times review of the documentary Windfall said about New York residents debating such turbines. Turbines are huge, with blades weighing 7 tons and spinning at 150 miles an hour. They can fall over or send parts flying. Struck by lightning, say they can catch fire. They can generate a disorienting strobe effect in sunlight. Giant flickering shadows can tarnish a sunset's glow on a landscape. Question number 3, how much electricity can the project produce? A puny amount, Mr. President, 71 megawatts. But that's only when the wind is blowing, which in Tennessee is only 18.4% of the time, according to the Energy Information Administration. Number 4, does TVA need this electricity? No, is the answer. Last year, TVA said there is, quote, no immediate need for new baseload plants after Watts Bar Unit 2 comes online. That's a nuclear reactor. And just last week, TVA put up for sale its unfinished Bellefonte nuclear plant. Question number 5, do we need wind power's carbon-free electricity to help with climate change? No, we don't. Nuclear power is a more reliable option. Nuclear produces over 60% of our country's carbon-free electricity, which is available 92% of the time. Wind produces 15% of our country's carbon-free electricity, but the wind often blows at night when electricity is not needed. Number 6, question 6. How many wind turbines would it take to equal 1 nuclear reactor? To equal the production of the new Watts Bar reactor, you would have to run 3 rows of these huge wind turbines along I-40 from Memphis to Knoxville. And don't forget the transmission lines. 4 reactors, each occupying roughly 1 square mile, would equal the production of a row of 45-story wind turbines strung the entire length of the 2,178-mile Appalachian Trail from Georgia to Maine. Relying on wind power to produce electricity when nuclear reactors are available is the energy equivalent of going to war in sailboats when the nuclear navy is available. Question number 7, can you easily store large amounts of wind power and use it later when you need it? The answer is no, Mr. President. So even if you build wind turbines, do you still need nuclear, coal, or gas plants for the 80% of the time when the wind isn't blowing in Tennessee? The answer is yes. Then why would anyone want to build wind power that TVA doesn't need? Because billions of dollars of wasteful federal taxpayer subsidies allow wind producers in some markets to give away wind power and still make a profit. And the 10th question, Mr. President, is who is going to guarantee that these giant wind turbines get taken down when they wear out in 20 years or after the subsidies go away? Good question. Mr. President, the picture that was just put up, and I have another slide just as well, but the picture was just put up is what Palm Springs, California looks like after it's been littered with these massive wind turbines. My question for the people of Tennessee is, do you want Cumberland County and Tennessee to look like that? That's the question we need to ask ourselves. Many communities where wind projects have been proposed have tried to stop them before they go up, because once the wind turbines and new transmission lines are built, it's hard to take them down. For example, watch the documentary Windfall that I mentioned earlier. In October, the residents of Erasburg, Vermont voted 274-9 against a plan to install a pair of 500-foot turbines on a ridgeline visible from their neighborhoods. In New York, 3 counties opposed 500 to 600-foot wind turbines next to Lake Ontario. People in the town of Yates voted unanimously to oppose the project in order to preserve their rural landscape. Take a look, and you can see why. In Kent County, Maryland, the same company that's trying to put turbines in Cumberland County, Apex Clean Energy, tried to put down 25 to 35 500-foot turbines, a quarter to a half mile apart across thousands of acres of farmland, where the air serves as a route for migratory geese. According to the Baltimore Sun, Stephen S. Hershey, Jr., a local state legislator, had introduced a bill that would give county officials the right to veto any large-scale wind project in their jurisdiction. Hershey said he put the bill in after learning that the turbines would be nearly 500 feet tall and spread across an area of thousands of acres. He called that a massive footprint in a relative rural and bucolic area. William Pickram, president of the Board of County Commissioners, wrote the Senate committee that the project will certainly have a, quote, negative effect on farming, boating, and tourism in the county and hurt property values. The legislation had the support of local conservation groups and of Washington College in Chesterton. The school's interim president warned in a letter to school staff and supporters that the turbine would despoil the scenic landscape. Mr. President, I mentioned a little earlier how big these wind turbines are. These are not your grandma's windmills. I happen to know that the presiding officer, even though he's the senator from the from North Carolina, was born in Tennessee and knows a little bit about the football stadium in Knoxville. This is one wind turbine when placed in Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, which will hold 101,000 people. The turbine is twice as tall as the skyboxes. Its blades go the whole length of the football field. Its blinking lights can be seen for 20 miles. These are not your grandma's windmills. So, Mr. President, we take this down. As United States Senator, I voted to save our mountaintops from destructive mining techniques. I'm just as eager to protect mountaintops from unsightly wind turbines. I have voted for federal clean air legislation and supported TVA's plan to build carbon-free nuclear reactors, phase out its older, dirtier coal plants, and put pollution control equipment on the remaining coal plants. Already the air is cleaner and our view of mountains is better. I hope that citizens of Cumberland County and all Tennesseans will say a loud no to the out-of-state wind producers who are encouraged by billions in wasteful taxpayer subsidies to destroy our mountains and make them look like that. Some say tourists will come to see the giant turbines. They may, once. But do you really think tourists, or most Tennesseans, want to exchange a drive through the natural beauty of the Cumberland Mountains for a drive along 23 towers that are more than twice as tall as Neyland Stadium and whose flashing lights can be seen for 20 miles? If you do, just take another look at the photograph of what has happened in Palm Springs, California. Mr. President, if there is one thing Tennesseans agree on, it is the pride and the natural beauty of our state. There are few places any more beautiful than Cumberland County. We should not allow anyone to destroy the environment of our state in the name of saving it. I thank the President, and I yield the floor.